Hello everyone. Today in the lecture 2, in the subject of course Foundation of Data Analysis, we are going to see about the types of data analysis and the process of data analysis and the tools used for data analysis. So yesterday we have seen about what is data, what is the importance of data, what types of data is available, and what are the process we can use it for data analysis. So that we have seen in yesterday in the previous lecture 1. What are the types of data analysis available? According to the category and according to the process, we have different types of data analysis. These are the main 4 categories of data analysis process. Depending on the nature of the data and depending on the questions arised being addressed, the data analysis is divided into 4 major categories: descriptive analysis, diagnostic analysis, prescriptive analysis, and predictive analysis. In the name itself, we can find out what is the process, what is the role of that data analysis. What is the first data analysis is descriptive data analysis. So from the name, we can able to understand what is descriptive. So if we have the data, we have to give the description about that data. That is called as descriptive data analysis. The keyword you can remember, you have to identify the data. That is, once you receive the data for the data analysis, the immediate first process will be, we have to identify the data properly. That is called as descriptive. If you identify the data properly with the proper knowledge, according to that, you can move on to the next process. Then only you can come to the point, some description about that input data. So that is why the first data analysis is descriptive data, that is the identification of data. Second one is diagnostic data analysis. So the same, from the name itself, we can able to understand what is diagnostic. Diagnosis is nothing but to analyze, to investigate what happened, what is the nature of the data, so the insights of the data will be investigated in diagnostic data analysis. And the third thing is prescriptive data analysis. Okay, I'll tell you the real-time example at the end of this slide. So the third thing is prescriptive is nothing but what action we are going to perform in the diagnosed data. And the fourth one is predictive data analysis. What it mean by predictive? The predictive mean future. So we have to predict what will happen in the future. So that data analysis type is called as predictive analysis. So I just want to tell you the real-time example for this too. Then only we can able to remember the concept easily. In the real-time example, you just remember the medical data analysis. You are having the input data in your hand. You are going to perform the data analysis in the medical related data. Here, the first thing is you have to identify what kind of medical data it is. It might be the patient data. It might be the employees, doctors' details. It might be the helpers' detail. It might be any medical tablets or any medicines related data. Any kind of data it might be. We have to identify what type of data it is. So once you receive the data, you have to identify what data it is. Whether it is text, image, audio, video, so that we have to identify in the descriptive data analysis type. And in the second type, the diagnostic data analysis. So diagnostic is nothing but you already having the data. If suppose you have any issues in the data, to improve in further in the future, we have to investigate about that data. If suppose the patient data is available, we have to identify what kind of patients, how many patients are getting into the hospital daily, and from where they are coming. So in which category of patients coming regularly. So that things we have to analyze it. For that, we have to analyze the investigation. We have to do the investigation about that descriptive data. After investigating, you can perform the actions. The actions, here we can introduce our technical knowledge in the prescriptive data analysis. The thing is, after investigating, we have to give the solution for the problem. Because in the data analysis, the main objective of data analysis is after analyzing the data, after analyzing the patterns or insights or whatever the key information available in the data, we have to find out. From that, we have to give the solution for the problem, which is already exists. Then only we can improve the productivity or anything in the future. So if you perform the action in the investigated data technically, then only you can move on to the better levels. So that's why the third thing is you have to perform the action. And the finally predictive. So after performing action, you can predict the future. The thing is whether you can able to improve or whether you have to continue this process or whether you have to stop it. So that decision you can take it in the predictive phase according to the actions you performed in the prescriptive phase. So in the concise manner, we can say that in the first phase, we have to identify the data properly, which category of it is, what kind of data it is, that we have to identify it. After that, we have to investigate what is the problem in the future. And the third thing is you can perform some actions in terms of any technical knowledge. You can apply any algorithms, machine learning, AI, and any other accounts related techniques also you can able to apply. That is prescriptive action. After performing action, you can predict the future. What will happen if you apply this? How much improvement you can make it in the currently available data. So that is called predictive future. So let us go on in depth the concept here. So one more figure you can see here with a very short keyword: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive. As I said, descriptive deals with what happened in the past. You always imagine the real-time application for each and every definition. As I said in the previous slide, in the medical data, we have to analyze it, what happened in the previous Excel data or image data or video data, audio data, any kind of data it might be. What happened, we need to analyze it. So that is called as descriptive analytics, the same descriptive analysis. And the diagnostic analysis, we have to investigate why did it happen in the past. So after knowing why it happened, only you can give the solution for the future. So third thing is, as I said, predictive, that is the future, deals with what happened in future. Prescriptive, how can we make it happen? That is what, by introducing any new action, how can you improve the productivity or you can improve the performance of the action that you are doing it now. So that are the types of data analysis. So as I said, the first thing is descriptive data analysis. It is considered as the beginning of any kind of analytical journey. It will give you the answers for what happened in the past. And this technique will follow the factors and it will interpreting the varieties of data from different types of sources. Then it will give you the valuable insights. And it allows each and every individuals to showcase what is the insights of the currently streamlined method. But the descriptive method will not allow you to estimate the future outcomes. That is what, as I said in the real-time example, when you are analyzing the medical related data, in the first phase, you can identify the data. But by analyzing the data in the first phase, just from the identification itself, you cannot give the solution for the future. So that's why the descriptive is only for identifying the data properly. So it cannot give the solution for the future. And it will keep your data streamlined. That is, if it is medical data, what are the data we have to maintain it properly? What are the data we have to have in the Excel sheet or any other data format for the further analysis. So simply to conduct a thorough evaluation for further circumstances. Just you can perform the thorough evaluation from the currently or past data. For example, sales performance. A retail company might use the descriptive methods to understand the average sales volume per store or to find which products are the best seller. so that you can able to identify in the descriptive data analysis. And the second example, I can say that customer satisfaction survey. This you can take a survey and you can analyze the survey to find out most common responses are average. So you just can identify the data. You can analyze the data to understand what happened. We can move on to the next method, diagnostic data analysis. So in the descriptive, we are analyzing what happened. That's the past. In the diagnostic, we are going to analyze how it happened, why something happened. So if you know why something had happened, it is easy to identify how far that specific aspect. For instance, in the diagnostic, you can identify why your sales results are declining and eventually explore the exact factors that led to this loss. And this technique will give you the answers for the specific questions which are most important to identify the loss. So for example, inventory analysis. Here you can check if the lower sales correlate with the stock outcomes or overstock situation, that you can analyze it. And promotion effectiveness. The thing is, you can analyze the impact of different promotional campaigns to see which failed to attract the customers. So that you can do it in diagnostic analysis. And the next thing is prescriptive analysis. Prescriptive analysis, the main keyword that you have to remember for this prescriptive analytics is actions. Descriptive, identification of data. Diagnostic, why it happened, how it happened. Prescriptive, what action you can perform on the diagnosed data. So prescriptive analytics automatically synthesize the big data using some mathematical science, business rule, and machine learning algorithms for a prediction. Then it suggests, according to the prediction, it will suggest a decision option to take advantage of the prediction. And the prescriptive will not only anticipate what will happen and when will happen, but also it will says why it will happen. So further, the prescriptive analytics can suggest a decision options on how to take advantage of a future opportunity. Because we have to analyze the future by applying some actions. Then only you can predict the future. So when you are applying the action itself, it has to move on to the right way to predict the future. For example, the prescriptive analytics will help the healthcare strategic planning by using the by using the usage of data combined with the data which are external factors such as economic data, population demography. So according to that, they can plan a healthcare strategic. So that is what prescriptive analytics. And the next thing is predictive data analysis. Predictive data analysis will help you to look into the future by answering the question, what will happen? Again, we will go back and check. In the descriptive analytics, we have to identify the data from the past. That means that it has to give the solution. It has to give the answer for what happened. Second thing is diagnostic data analysis. There you can get the answer for the questions, why it happened. And in the previous one, that is the prescriptive analysis, actions, how it happened. How can we apply the actions to analyze, to give the solution, analyze and give the solution. Finally, the predictive data analysis, it will give you the solution for the question, what will happen. So each and every individuals need to utilize the results of the descriptive data analysis, exploratory and diagnostic analysis techniques, and the prescriptive analytic techniques by combining the actions, that is the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So for example, credit scoring. Financial institutions which will use a predictive model to assess the customer's interest of a defaulting on a loan. So according to that, they can predict the future. And weather forecasting, that is a commonly used techniques of predictive analysis process. The meteorologist will use the predictive models to forecast weather conditions based on the historical weather data. So I hope you understood each and every data analysis process with the real-time example. So whenever you are planning for the analysis, you have to identify in which phase you are. So according to that, you can perform the analysis process. And the next thing we are going to say is the process of data analysis. Here, first we have to define the objective. So when you are starting as of now, you must have cleared about what is data analysis, what types of data analysis are available. So according to that, we are going to start the data analysis process. In the data analysis process, the first process is define objective. Once you clearly define the objective, then only you can able to expect the successful completion of the data analysis process. So you have to define the goals clearly according to the specific questions you aim to answer. So you must have the clear understanding of what insights or decisions the analyzed data should inform. Second step is data collection. Once you identified the problem clearly, you can start to collect the data, relevant data from various sources. So you have to ensure the data integrity, quality, and completeness, and the organization of data in a suitable way. Here we have two types, qualitative and quantitative data in the data collection. Third thing is data cleaning and pre-processing. So the key points that you have to remember before starting your data analysis, data cleaning and data pre-processing is very important. What is data cleaning and pre-processing? Addressing the missing value, handle the outliers, and transform the data into a meaningful format. So cleaning and pre-processing are the crucial step for data analysis to ensure the good accuracy and reliability of the analysis process. And the fourth one is exploratory data analysis. Here, this phase is conducted to understand the characteristics of data. For example, visualize the distribution, identify the patterns, and calculate the summary statistics. So EDA will help in formulating these kind of approaches. And the fifth one is statistical analysis. You can apply the appropriate statistical methods or any machine learning or AI or any other modeling to answer the defined questions. So this will help you to test the hypothesis and building the proper predictive model and performing any analysis which is required to drive the meaningful insights from the data. And visualization and communication, it will interpret the results in the context of original objectives. Communicate findings through reports, visualizations, or presentation. So these are the process that we have to follow for data analysis. And the tools used for these kind of data analysis, we have several tools, open source tools available in data analysis, SAS, and then Microsoft Excel, or Python, Tableau, Nument, Power BI. So we have many tools. According to the objective of our data analysis process, we can select the tool and we can perform the data analysis. So thanks for watching. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the further data analysis process. What are the operations we have to perform? What kind of simple operations we must know as a beginner for data analysis? So we will see in lecture 3 in the section 2 about the operations.